Some of your most normal daily habits are quietly dulling your brain. You won't feel it happening. Here are 7 slowly rotting your focus. They don't look dangerous. They look like everyday life. A phone check, a skipped glass of water, a late scroll before bed. Small choices, repeated 1,000 times. But your brain notices every single one. It rewires around whatever you do most. That's called neuroplasticity. Your brain physically reshapes itself based on repetition. And the habits that shape it the most are the ones you barely notice. So let's walk through the 7 quiet ones, dulling your focus, memory, and clarity, starting with the one hiding in plain sight. The first is constant phone checking. Not scrolling, just the check. That quick unlock, that half-second glance, that reflex when nothing even buzzed. Each check gives your brain a tiny hit of dopamine, the chemical that drives motivation and reward. Small hit, small spike, small crash. Do it 200 times a day and something shifts. Your brain starts craving these micro-rewards instead of real ones. Deep focus feels harder. Reading feels heavier. Boredom feels unbearable. You haven't lost intelligence. You've trained your attention system to expect stimulation every 90 seconds. The fix is simple but not easy. Put your phone in another room for 1 hour a day. Just one. Your dopamine baseline starts recovering almost immediately. You'll feel restless at first. That restlessness is the sound of your attention system healing. Let it pass, and clarity moves in behind it. And once it does, the next habit is going to feel obvious in a way it never did before. The second is skipping sleep to get more done. You tell yourself 6 hours is fine. Your body adapts. You feel okay. But your brain doesn't feel okay. During deep sleep, your brain runs a cleaning system called the glymphatic system that flushes out waste proteins built up during the day. Cut sleep short, and that cleaning gets cut short too. The residue stays. Over months and years, that residue is linked to slower thinking, weaker memory, and mental fog. You don't feel tired. You feel dull. There's a difference. The fix isn't heroic. It's boring. Same bedtime, same wake time. 7 to 8 hours. Boring beats brilliant when it comes to sleep. And here's what most people get wrong. They chase sleep hacks and supplements before they fix the schedule. Consistency beats cleverness every night of the week. And once your sleep steadies, you'll finally notice how much the next habit was costing you. The third is chronic multitasking. Answering a message while writing an email while listening to a podcast. It feels productive. It isn't. Your brain cannot actually multitask. What it does is switch rapidly, expensively between tasks. Every switch burns glucose and taxes your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for focus and decisions. Do this all day, and by evening, your prefrontal cortex is exhausted. That's why you can't decide what to eat, can't finish a sentence, can't sit still. You didn't run out of willpower, you ran out of focus fuel. The fix is single tasking in short blocks. 25 minutes on one thing, phone away, one tab. That's it. It'll feel painfully slow for the first 2 days. That slowness is real focus returning. Speed comes back on the other side of it. Your focus stamina rebuilds faster than you'd expect, usually within a week, and that leads directly into the habit most people never even question. The fourth is drinking your calories instead of eating real food. A latte for breakfast, an energy drink at 3, a soda with dinner. Your brain runs on stable glucose. Liquid sugar spikes it fast and drops it faster. Every spike and crash cycle stresses the brain and floods it with cortisol, the stress hormone. Chronic cortisol shrinks activity in the hippocampus, the region responsible for memory and learning. Over time, this shows up as forgetfulness, brain fog, and that vague, I can't think today feeling. The fix is quiet. Water first thing. Protein at breakfast. Save the sweet drinks for occasional, not automatic. Your brain is roughly 3/4 water and burns through glucose all day. Feed it steady fuel and it stops running on emergency reserves. Within 2 weeks, your energy stops crashing at 3 p.m. And you stop needing the fizz habit as a rescue. The fifth is scrolling in bed. Specifically, the scroll after the lights are off, when the room is dark and your face is lit by a screen. Blue and bright light at night suppresses melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain it's time to sleep. But there's a second problem, and it's the bigger one. The content itself, short videos, fast cuts, emotional spikes, right before sleep. Your brain enters sleep in a hyper-aroused state, and the deep restorative stages get shorter. You sleep for 8 hours and still wake up tired. Now you know why. The fix is a hard cutoff. 30 minutes before bed, screens go somewhere else. Not on the nightstand. Somewhere you'd have to get up to reach. That small friction alone reshapes your sleep quality, which reshapes everything else, including the next habit that most people would defend to the death. Because it doesn't look like a habit. It looks like being productive, It looks like never wasting a second. The sixth is filling every quiet moment, waiting in line, phone, elevator ride phone, walking to the car, earbuds, bathroom phone. Your brain has a network called the default mode network that only activates when you're not doing anything. It's where creativity, self-reflection, and long-term thinking happen. If you never let your mind wander, that network never gets to run. You stop having ideas in the shower. You stop making connections. You stop knowing what you actually think. You haven't gotten less creative. You stop giving your brain the silence it needs to be creative. The fix is boredom on purpose. 5 minutes a day of doing nothing. No phone, no music, no input. Just stare out a window. It will feel uncomfortable for about 3 days. Then it becomes the most productive 5 minutes you own. Ideas you've been chasing for weeks show up on their own. Solutions surface. The mind, given room, does its best work in the quiet. And it prepares you perfectly for the seventh, the one most people never see coming. The seventh is the one hiding underneath everything else. It's not a habit of doing. It's a habit of consuming endless input. News in the morning, podcasts in the car, videos at lunch, more videos at night. Nothing bad by itself. All valuable in small doses. But your brain has a limit. Neuroscience calls it cognitive load. The total amount of information your working memory can hold and process at once. Push past that limit day after day, and your brain stops encoding new information properly. You read a whole article and remember nothing. You watch a whole video and can't recall the point. You're not distracted, you're saturated. The fix is subtraction, not addition. Cut your daily input in half for 1 week. Fewer podcasts, fewer videos, fewer articles. What you keep in, you'll actually absorb, and that's when the real thinking starts again. Now step back and notice the pattern under all 7. None of them are dramatic. None feel harmful in the moment. Every one of them is a small, repeated pull on your attention, your sleep, your chemistry, or your quiet. Your brain isn't damaged by big disasters as often as it's dulled by small daily leaks. Fix the leaks and the fog lifts on its own. That's the whole game. You probably recognized yourself in at least 3 of these. Most people do, and that's not a failing. That's just being human in a world designed to hijack your attention. Which one hit closest to home for you? Drop it in the comments. I read them, and it helps me shape the next video for what you're actually dealing with. If you want the flip side of this, the small daily habits that quietly sharpen your brain instead of dulling it, I made a video on exactly that, and it pairs with this one perfectly. It'll be waiting for you next. And if you want more of this, calm, practical brain habits every week, no hype, no BS, just what actually works. Subscribe and turn on the bell. That's how you catch the next one the day it drops. Your brain isn't broken. It's just been quietly trained by habits nobody warned you about. Untrain them slowly, and it comes back sharper than you remember it being. Small leaks sink great minds. Fix the leaks. The mind rises on its own.